Hello, I'm Chris Butterworth. This is the Healthy Butter channel. What I'm trying to do here is to share actionable information that you can use in your daily program to feel better and younger as you're getting older. Everything I talk about is stuff that I've experienced personally. I am in much better shape, younger, stronger, faster, quicker, more flexible, more vibrant than I was a few years ago. And I want to share that with you. So let's get started. Today we're going to talk about the workout that I did this morning. I did a Mace workout, steel mace. When you're talking about programming, there's a lot of stuff online about kind of things to do, but it's hard to put a program together. So especially with Mace, not a lot of information on Mace. So I'm going to show you what I did, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. I'm not going to do my entire workout here, but I am going to walk through 2 minutes of it. What you'll see is I do a series of movements, and then the way my hands work out, it becomes reversed, and I do the exact same series of movements mirrored on the other side. So let me grab a Mace and let's walk through this. This is a 11.75 pound mace. It's an ADX adjustable. When you get them from the factory and you put it on the scale, mine didn't weigh exactly what they say on the website, so I'm using the actual numbers of what it says on the scale. So with the Mace, it's adjustable here. You can unscrew it, you can change the weight, add pieces, remove pieces. But here we go. I start off in order of position. I do a 360 and go to a split lunge. Come back up, do a 360 the other side, and do an uppercut. And a deep squat. Pop back up, do a 360. Come down and do a spear lunge. Transition to the other side and do an archer. Come back up for a 360. To the side here and a front uppercut. Back to order with one hand. I'll do a shield cast. Come around. Ooh, I almost hit that mace. Do a coin flip to a nunchuck. I'm not sure exactly what all of these are called. I think I got the names right. Let's move this mace, it's in my way. Come around again, do another coin flip, a mill over my head, come back to center, do a spear catch, and go into warrior pose with a block, adjust, and a nice relaxing yoga pose to the back, warrior pose, and now my left hand is on top and I'm going to do everything exactly the opposite. Split step to that side, uppercut to that side, offset, deep squat, lunge, transition, archer, come back, uppercut to the front, come back. Now I'm doing it with my left hand. Weak hand, back to order. Sword flip to nunchuck, or coin flip to nunchuck. Come around. This is kind of tight space. Another spear catch. Block. And lean into warrior pose. I think this is warrior pose. I don't do yoga, but this feels really good. And I've gotten better at it. Over time from the practice, I can get lower than I used to. And the weight is not as heavy as it was. So let's put this down and then talk about it for a minute. That little routine, I basically made up. All of those moves I found on various websites, videos, practicing. When I bought my first mace, it is very awkward and very confusing what to do with it. 360s, and what are the other ones? 10 and 2s. You kind of go to here and go back around to the other side. Those are the most common. You see a lot of people do uppercuts, but there's a lot of talk about flows, where you're just kind of flowing from one thing to the next, but trying to put together a routine was difficult for me. So what I did is I spent a lot of time practicing with a much lighter mace, and I practiced transitions, and then as I got better, I found different videos that had lots of transitions, and I would just practice various transitions, and then I started stacking them together. I started doing 1 minute transition to the left, 1 minute transition to the right, 1 minute on the next transition, and I built that up a little bit of time. And then I kind of thought about how I would do this. This is a program that now, when I do it, I feel head to toe. It gets my whole body. I'm getting exercise, I'm getting strength, I'm getting cardio. I am also getting balance. I'm getting hand-eye coordination. I'm getting flexibility. I come out of this workout a better person than I went into it every time. I started light. I started small. My first couple workouts were, I think the first time I did 5 minutes of this, I did 5 repetitions just on one side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I felt amazing. I thought I had accomplished something, and it was great. Eventually I worked up to, at this point now I'm doing 24 of them. It takes me approximately 24 minutes, maybe 25 minutes. And I also have moved up in weight. So when I did my workout today, last workout I introduced 13.25 pounds. So this workout was my second time I did 2 minutes. So once to the right, once to the left with 13.25. Then I put that down and I picked up my 11.75 and I did the remaining 22 minutes. What I'll do is I'll add 1 minute with that weight each time, unless it's very difficult. If I get to the end of the workout and say, wow, that was too hard, then I'll do it again. If I feel like I'm tweaking something, I'll actually back the weight down. But I try not to let that happen. If you increase slowly and steadily, then you don't hurt yourself. So it's a very long-term patient game. So I do this workout at least usually once a week. Sometimes it works out to be more. And then on my other days, like on a kettlebell day, I might do mace practice where I get a really light mace. This is an Onnit 7-pound mace. And so I'm not afraid of hurting myself. I can actually practice different things with it. What happens if I go from one side to the other and I try to go into a cradle rest? Like, that's really awkward for me. So I practice it with a light one. But that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today as far as mace goes. There are some really cool videos as far as flow online, and there are some really big, strong guys that can do 360s with heavy weight online. I found it was difficult to build a program, a progressive, consistent program. That being said, this is my favorite workout of the entire week. I love kettlebells. I think clubs have done amazing things for my shoulders. I'm very happy with my club exercises, but my mace routine makes me a better version of myself. I am so invigorated. I come out of it, it's basically a Viking ninja. You're swinging this thing around. It's like partial martial art, partial heavy piece of equipment. So it just feels really good to do. I like that. I want to share one thing with you as we turn the page here. This video is going to be, I want my videos to be more than just a workout video. So I want to share something. This week I found something online if I was going to share. There's a gentleman out there named Dan John. You can look him up. He has a weekly video podcast, and he has been around. He knows a lot of things. He's worked with some high-end athletes. But he had something on one of his videos that I saw that I liked. He labeled his different workouts as, he says that there's park benches and there's bus benches. And in both of those, what you're doing is you're sitting down on a bench, right? So they're kind of the same thing, but they're extremely different. If you're sitting on a bus bench, you are either trying to get somewhere or you have to get somewhere. You're not sitting on a bus bench just to pass the time. On the other hand, if you're sitting on a park bench, there's probably nowhere else you would rather be. You are completely at peace, right? You're content. You're enjoying where you are. And workouts tend to fit into one camp or the other. Are you training for something specifically? Are you rehabbing an injury? Are you trying desperately to gain weight or to lift more? Anything like that. And I will say, when I started my program, I had an injured back, and I was really trying to fix my back. I had this idea about how much I should be able to lift with these kettlebells. I really wanted to do them. I was pushing really hard to build this program, and I didn't have any feedback. I wasn't sure I was doing it right. I didn't have a coach, so I just felt like I have to do it. I was very bus bench in my mentality. And over time, I'm about 2.5 years in, maybe a little bit more than that now. I am now more park bench. I'm not in a hurry to increase weight. If I do the same workout 2, 3, 4 times before I add weight the next time, I'm fine with that. My goal is to feel awesome. I get up in the morning and just have a bounce in my step, and I play around like a little kid. I go play tennis and I'm running all over the court and just being a goofball. To me, that's how I want my body to feel. I don't want, when you do too much weight and you feel dinged up the next day, I really don't like that feeling. And so I try to avoid that. So over time, my workouts have gone from bus bench to park bench. And I encourage you to kind of think that mentality. Why are you doing this workout? And is your drive internal or externally motivated? And does it need to be? So anyway, think about that. Again, this is the Healthy Butter channel. When I turned 50, kind of right before 50 and right after 50, I had a series of injuries. I had the tweaky back. I blew my shoulder. I was just creaky and old. And I was 50 and I felt like I was 60 or more. And this program has enabled me to change that. I'm turning 55 this month, and I feel like I'm 40. I just feel so good. And so I want to share that. Not just the theory behind it of functional movement and why this all matters, but I had a hard time finding programming and coaching and stuff that was actionable online. And so I want to share that with you. The other thing about these videos is everything I do is a one-take video. I hit record, we talk about this a little bit, and then I hit stop and I upload it. So there are probably some things that I wish I could say differently, or when I read back, or something I forgot to say. Oh well, we'll catch up on another video. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this had meaning for you. Go get better. Thanks. Have a great day.